All right, greetings. Okay, we're in ground zero. The cats are not here. Wasn't going to stream here, but apparently we can do it, so let's do it. So, all right, do something a bit. Hopefully, like the background. Made it myself. Nice, efficient, crappy background. All right, I'm going to go into Aleister Crowley, Dungeons and Dragons, which is a I did not think about looking into that. It's basically a Garthian energies. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. It's definitely kind of just we're aware of World of Warcraft, but Dungeons and Dragon energy is pretty unique. As a board game, I haven't really looked into the game itself. That's cool. And Arcturian Astral energy is basically Arcturians from the astral plane. So Aleister Crowley, um, you know, kind of controversial. Basically, just I guess he had money, so from what I've heard, through inheritance, they're just curious, basically. Of course, he has nothing better to do is channel a demon. That might not be the best decision, but I guess you have to learn somehow. But yeah, it's pretty controversial out there. They did inspire a lot of people to connect to spirituality. But yeah, you might want to be careful, especially those people that are new to all this. Crowley is probably not the best way. It's not, you know, it's probably not the best thing to start with. Far from it. But a soul has to do it. A person has to do what they have to do. But still, it's just not. Yeah, I'm not afraid of his energy or anything like that. I think there are benefits to him too, but you have to be at a certain level where you can pick up on that. He did a lot of darkness, but he did a lot of light. I believe there's light there somewhere. I don't think he's as dark as people might think he is, but whatever. I'm not afraid of him, of his energy. There's benefits to it. It just some people feel connected to him and they can get a healing from him. But obviously, those are people who know what they're doing. Also, if you don't know what the hell you're doing and you're not sure about this, I would just stay away from it. Yeah, it's not for everybody, especially when him. You look at his life. It's like I want to follow his footsteps. I don't know if I want to follow his footsteps, but yeah, it's just a lot of it's spiritual education, especially when you see the spiritual community go into this version of positivity, but some of them are positive and toxic at the same time, or positive and closed-minded. So as spirituality advances itself, people get more comfortable with it. They realize how much the positive groups are blocking soul growth, especially those that have had incarnations as in religions and they had a big following and they incarnate. So now they're doing the spiritual direction. So they know how to connect with people and bring a big following in the spiritual, but then there's still blocking. That's why a bunch of us are heretics and live a very short life. Of course, it gets you in other ways these days, like the YouTube algorithm. So, but also Crowley, if you feel, there's some education there. I think it's for research study. If that's where you need to start, there's nothing wrong with that. But I would be careful with this whole channeling demon thing. I don't think that's a good idea. But you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, he makes it look attractive and all that. It's not that attractive, especially when you get possessed, and you can't remove the possession. It's not fun stuff. But then again, when you're doing this stuff blindly, when you're going about this blindly, you can get easily possessed anyway. But Crowley is a good example of not to do those things. So, yeah, it's tough. But some people call me out and there's, I channeled Crowley a long time ago. And what whatever. I'm not gonna go into that. But it's just you gotta be educated when you get into this stuff. Let's put it that way. And I didn't know anything about Crowley, but I put the intentions of not connected to anything dark. I think it was all right, but you gotta be careful. Yeah, like I said, those aren't ready for all this. I don't know. Whatever. You can't make everybody happy, that's for sure. Especially if you're on that positive timeline where you can only see a certain direction. It's like a tunnel vision. There's a lot of that going on. So, but I don't know how you ascend if you only see things a certain way. How do you grow? Like a Crowley, for example, if the people aren't afraid of that energy, you want to educate yourself, not get possessed, and just educate yourself and go about it the right way. You grow. Yeah, because this, like I say, if you know about this guy or not, you can still get attacked by dark entities. Trust me, some of us have already dealt with that already. I knew nothing about him. I still got attacked by entities. So, but yeah, at least with Crowley, become educated about dark entities, or most of the population doesn't believe in them. So it's just a shame that we have a long ways to go. Just not, if you get to a level where you're not afraid of it, you're not getting possessed, you're not trying to, act like a creature, you should be okay. Like I said, it's only for a chosen. Yeah, Crowley's energy is only for a chosen few, it seems. Well, a small niche group. Obviously, he's still very popular, which I don't know a whole lot about him, actually. I know some of the things he's done, but, he had a spiritual effect, even if he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So, but he did wake people up to spiritual development, so that's important. So he is very important in all this, but it's on how you go about it. So I don't know if he was that powerful. He just got into things he shouldn't have gotten into, but whatever. So you gotta learn somehow. But anyway, okay. Going to Avatar Comic private sessions. As schedule, or I don't know how tomorrow's going to go. Shop here. I'm on the 25th. Rapid speed. Tomorrow should be better. Same situation here. We have social webinar, social network, and behind the scenes. So, anything else? That's about it. So, all right, I guess I'll connect to Crowley's energy just for the hell of it. So I did my education part. Beware. I won't recommend people channeling his energy if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You have a positive connection, connect to a positive side, but you gotta be careful with this guy. Yeah, because you never know, other entities can possess him, and then you end up getting an attachment. So it is good to be really careful where you're getting into. But of course, you can channel other beings and get an attachment too. So it doesn't really matter. Just the way it is. The world's got a long ways to go. I know people think the ascension we're going to be really positive soon, but I don't know, man. That'd be nice, but I don't think we're not. We still have to lock our doors and stuff like that, so we still have a while, it seems. So, all right, connect to Crowley a little bit. I'm not sure where we're going to go with this. And then Dungeons and Dragons, and Arcturian Astral realm. So, yeah, I'll do. So, yeah, I'm okay with them, but others aren't. So this is for the people that aren't ready for it. So I'll do a little connection with him and move on from there. It's too bad. Man, the world's got a long ways to go, man. It's too bad. It really is too bad. It's I don't know. Just do what you gotta do. All right, blessings. Greetings. I'm Crowley's energy, also Crowley's vibration. Yes, some are scared of my energies, but yes, I wasn't really scared of myself. I was more just curious and how far I can go. You can say I wanted to be possessed, and know what it was to feel like in the afterlife. Not necessarily the demonic beings, but how does it feel to be in the spirit world? And I was basically sacrificing myself. Yes, I don't recommend it for others. That was my path. My path was to put myself into ruin. Well, I was like designed for my own demise. So, yes, I did spiritual cults, or rituals. Most not of great success, really. You can say my name is kind of more hype than it is. I mean, I did get a lot done. I learned a lot. So other people learned through me. It's not for everyone. No. Some are still battling their darkness. Haven't quite healed themselves. Some have a demon within themselves. They have not quite made peace with just yet. So it doesn't mean that your world is useless or lost cause. No. But for those that are those that are already experimenting with this type of energy, like what I was connected to, are already born for it anyway. It's not for everyone, of course, but some are going to do it no matter what. They're going to go into the deep water no matter what. Somebody has to do it, and it's those that are playing parent that feel like they can save everyone. They're not usually saving themselves, but they think they are. It's like when teenagers got to do their thing. You got to be wild and crazy. Obviously, in the spirit realms, you have to be a little bit more careful because it's like playing with a loaded weapon. But still, the world still, yes, has a lot to learn. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the rest of the world. I was thinking about what I can figure out, where I can go, what past lives I can conquer, understand, if I can go into the spirit realm and come back. And for me, like a demonic world was one way, a doorway into that. But you can people are afraid, and they should be. But those that aren't afraid, some of them are actually advancing. Doesn't mean you have to follow my footsteps. No, not at all. But realize you're on a track. If you're not scared of my energies, there's obviously a lot of people are just afraid. All right. Greetings to you. We are the dragons, the consciousness of Dungeons and Dragons. It's basically the soul growth of the Garthan realms to show how many layers there are, not just on this planet, but other worlds, basically dragon realities. The game itself is about soul growth, actually. Opening up, yes, the imagination, but also actually channeling the vibrations of, as you know, the fantasy realms, as you call it, the mystery realms. Because our realm is where much of your world is operating at this time. The magic realms. And some of you have access to it, of course. Some do witchcraft. It all depends on the person, of course. But it's basically you're opening up a gateway. The game itself opens up a gateway, but a positive vibration for you to get used to other dimensions. And even any game actually it connects you to another version of Earth or a different type of realm that you're not used to. some of these games, there are, I'm not gonna go into all of them, but some games, yes, to connect you to realms within yourself. It's like playing that game is like you're connecting to you. You're remembering who you are. And some of you, yes, spent most of your incarnations with the dragons, and you don't know anything else. You're here as a human, and you're wondering why your ears are not pointy, like a elf being, and wonder what happened to your magic. Well, your magic is within you, and the memories are within you, and you're just slowly open. It shows you if you're closed down, you're connected to the magic realms. That shows you how closed down this world is. Because you should be able to go to any realm with your powers at full abilities. So there's still a lot of development here. Basically, you should be able to play a game like Dungeons and Dragons and actually have your power awaken. It's like an activation. Yes, this world has some time for that. There's still a lot of growth here. Basically, the world has forgotten itself. Some of it has to do with Atlantean energies. When Atlanteans went away, much of your amnesia clicked in. It took over the world. And there's more to it than that. But us in the Garcian realms are, yes, the advanced beings of your planet. I mean, we are in another dimension. If you're connecting to our vibrations, obviously you have a connection to us. You have a desire to know more about us. So you're slowly healing the Akashic record within yourself. And of course, we have a realm that goes on and on. It's a journey in the dragon realms. And you learn fast. In your world, it's kind of a frozen reality, as you know. It's kind of standing still. But that's why you came here, to connect it to the Garcian realms. If you have to play a game with friends, then so be it. It doesn't mean everyone has to run out and play Dungeons and Dragons, but it shows you are opening up the realms that have been buried here. And you're connected to your ancestry realms. It goes on and on. So, all right, blessings to you on your journeys of soul expansion, soul remembrance. Blessings. Greetings to you. We are the Arcturians. Blessings to you. Your astral realm. We see many of you actually remembering more of your astral eventually. There's no real time frame for it, but basically, yes, even the astral realm can be quite complex, but it also brings a lighter frequencies here. Yes, a hint of your abilities, a hint of opening up different dimensions. There are, of course, many dimensions in your San Francisco. And of course, it's connecting more to the lower realms recently because it's being vandalized. It shows that the dark ones, as the earth ascends, there's going to be certain cities that are going to be attacked to lower the vibrations. So if San Francisco heightens its vibration and the corruption begins to heal, you have a different place now, don't you? So it doesn't mean the elites will be discovered, but it doesn't mean they have to have the negative power that they did in the past. So why is San Francisco being trashed? And there's other places of San Francisco, but is the one that's being attacked at this time? Yes, it's just to keep the vibrations low. There must be something going on. That you are going through ascension energies, and eventually it'll make itself more clear. New York City also. New York City, all these big cities, they know that you are moving in a positive direction. And obviously they're doing everything you can to stop it. So if you recognize more of that, possibly more details of how to heal it will come clear. It takes time, of course. This is not, it's not meant to be fully understood. Sometimes you have to let certain situations occur, such as vandalism. It's not always the case, but it gets the message out. Because you have a place like San Francisco destroyed itself, and also an awakening can occur there also. Yes, disclosure happens in different ways. Some do learn through negativity. As many of you know, they learn through drama. Yes, you put a drama headline up there, and not everybody, but quite a few run towards it. Well, it shows that those that are running your planet, obviously, they make their energies very attractive here. Well, it's part of the program. It's like a high for some people. Not everyone, but for certain people, it's a high. It's like an activation to keep them in the physical realms. So you're attracted to all this negative drama. Now there is drama there that it can be very healing, but then there's other drama just to keep you a part of, because people get fear mongered, afraid, it actually locks them into this reality. But yes, there is positive drama on all. It's like especially with family problems, healing that vibration. So, and some don't always want to hear that. So you're going into a time of eventually more of opening up the earth's vibration, where you see more of where family difficulties are coming from, and where how the elites are actually doing these things, even down low, especially was it Bulgaria, where a lot of your Illuminati energies was founded, and they are still there, hidden, of course. People say that they're just not making themselves known. That's all. They're not going to leave a place where they started something, especially like a secret society. They're not going. Of course, secret societies are everywhere, but they're not going to make themselves. As long as the dollar bill has that little symbol on it, it shows secret societies are going to exist. Now, when they finally get rid of some of these symbols on the money of mostly the dollar bill, then you'll see your energies of your Earth change. Now, if it goes to a digital currency, which we don't see it happening anytime soon, because they still want to keep the control going on. They're still going to find some way through the digital currencies, but yes, it won't be the same. Well, eventually the currencies will go away, but obviously not just yet. They're going to hold on to the paper as long as possible, unless they can use the symbolism, the control mechanism, which they have not quite implemented just yet. But as for the astral realms, basically, there are some places, some of you, yes, we're tapping into a feline frequency of basically you. Some of you on feline worlds have seen worlds like this exist, not exactly at this level. Of course, Syrian beings have seen it also, but you say all beings to a certain degree, but a lot of the felines saw their own worlds be corrupted similar to this world, and they was wondering why are these worlds being corrupted the way they are. Then they found your planet. Because your planet has been a secret for many alien beings. Because it's like a stealth energy of manipulating other planets. When you find where the source of the problem comes from, why is other worlds are being manipulated? Obviously, there's a long list of secrecy of how that can occur. Your planet affecting others. But some of you can probably feel it. But yes, it's a little bit more out there than your daily conversation. But there's another being here. So, blessings. Greetings to you. I am Yeshua. Blessings. Or Jesus. Greetings. The ego is having a difficulty healing itself on this world, especially as spirituality becomes more advanced. The ego is known to block, especially someone like Aleister Crowley that needs a lot of healing himself. And many of you are here to heal that energy. But then there are others that are afraid of it. What are darkness? They don't know about themselves. Some are just not there on a maturity level. Sometimes the most popular groups are the most childish. I think some of you have seen that yourselves. It's big. Yeah, sometimes the most popular kids in school are still kids. And they stay like kids. It's hard for them to go deeper because many of you might not have a huge group around you. There's a few people or yourself, but you are going deeper into the consciousness and the spirit realms to heal this planet. You wonder why you're here. Yes, to heal Gaia, but also heal yourself. Within you came here in a certain level, a certain name, certain looks, certain everything. Everything's done as you designed it. To learn certain type of lessons, those lessons might not always make themselves clear because you're in the middle of working on them. But basically, it's your confidence going forward of snapping this earth back into its place where it was before, but better. And it's everyone's problems came into this planet in the beginning. And now you're going through it one by one. That's why everything's taking so long. A lot of souls here, they're finding it's like this world has certain themes to it. It's like some souls want to learn more about themselves. They incarnate here. And some can't stop crying. Some can't stop being angry. It's like in the angry energy, some of that has to do with alien abduction. Some of you have been abducted so many times as a kid. You can't keep track of it all. Some of you have health problems. Some of that has to do with abductions too. It's not always the Greys either. Yeah, it's not always the Pleiadians or it's the beings that are always blamed for it. The government itself, of course, has to find itself. The government's an echo of humanity's vibration. It still has to heal itself. So, see, those that have a large fan base, they don't feel like they have to heal themselves. They might think so, but it sometimes goes slower, or non-existent, or not at all. But many of you individually will start to change the vibrations here. You're already doing it. Is this hard? Because your candle, sometimes it feels like it gets blown out. What is this vibration here? Or you don't have a candle. Your light's gone. We feel a great change here in your future. Of course. But yes, what matters is the now. The future is good, of course, for your own prosperity. There's nothing wrong with that. But the now is very important because some keep looking at the past, which is fine. If you need to go there, then go there. But the now matters the most because you are you. You need to be here in the present for anyone that needs you, or just yourself. Be there for you. But past life healing, yes, it's a long bridge, but will help. It's if how deep you want to go. Some of you will find, if you go deep, you'll find places similar to like Las Vegas. But it'll be in Jerusalem or somewhere. The Hague is one. South America. You'll find places similar to that with Sin City. You've all been there at one time. Of course. Well, you got to know how low you're going to go. If you even want to look at it that way. It's like, what is your soul capable of? Is it capable of a beautiful light or a beautiful dark? And what you can do with all of that? What kind of recipes can you create from all that? It's basically just getting used to yourself. It's a balance. And some get in the way of others in their balance. Parents do it all the time. Of course, some parents put all their darkness into their children and not even realize it. Well, some do and do it anyway. But they're not here. Some parents are not here to heal themselves. They throw all their problems on their children. What their children do with it, and their children put their energy back to their parents, and it's a back and forth type of thing. So a lot of parents that are incarnated here that have caused mayhem for their children, like true darkness. A lot of them, yes, I'm not really accomplished what they're here to accomplish. It's like the child is a scapegoat for their own problems. So you can't heal that over time. No one's perfect, but that the family, yes, will be healed one day or many days. Blessings.